Yeah, so when it comes to like, I know that a lot of people have been hearing about like Tekken 8 has been leaked and stuff like that as well. Personal opinion, I haven't really spoke much about it because I'm a person that I would rather see than say something. But like right now, Tekken 8, um, it being on a leak is cool. If it's coming out, great. Things I want to see and things I want to be removed. I would really love for there to rage drives to be in the game, but I think the rage drives need to be a bit more equal. I feel like there's some characters that have useless rage drives compared to some others. I think they need to be a bit more equal. Maybe even like just the use of rage drive. Maybe each character should have two rage drives, but you get to choose one in the match. I feel like that would be good, and it will give like, people that are having mirror matches a bit more kind of like, oh, I use this rage drive in this situation or this matchup. It can give more depth into the game. You can see Street Fighter 5 does the same thing, and it definitely brings a lot more depth into the game. Rage arts are pretty good as well. Slow motion, I think, should be in the game. I think is very good for spectating. When people are watching the games and stuff, it's really good to see this like slow motion and stuff. It brings a lot of excitement and hype. Rage arts does the same thing. Rage drives as well. I think that's pretty cool. I just don't know what we're gonna do when it comes to characters, because right now we have 51 characters, and there's a lot of characters in the game. I honestly feel like someone like Asian Ogre can eliminate a lot of these characters. And what I mean by that is Asian Ogre steals a lot of people's moves. This is what he done in Tekken 3. In Tekken 3, they kind of just butchered the roster, and they had different characters. I personally think Asian Ogre can come back, or a character like Asian Ogre can come back and just take some of the character's moves, mix it into one character, and I think that would be cool. Majority of these new characters have, downforward 1 extensions, or, they're kind of similar. So we can eliminate them. I do feel like Leroy, Lydia, and Fakram are going to be base roster. I don't know if Bruce is going to come back. Hopefully Bruce can come back. I'd rather Bruce than Fakram. But I feel like Fakram has caused such an uproar, and I feel like everyone kind of knows this character now that I don't think they're going to delete him. If they're going to put Leroy in, I beg and I beg and I beg, and I'm going to do a separate video, so remember to subscribe so you can see the video in the future. I am going to do a video talking about Leroy, Fakaram, and Lydia, and I'm going to talk about the downfall of these characters. I think these characters are very greatly visually designed, but I do feel like there is things that they could have done to make these characters better. Even Leroy. I know people know that I main Leroy, and they might think that I protect him when everyone is like slating him, but there are some stuff that I do feel like Leroy should change. But again, subscribe and you will see the video in the future. So anyways, moving on. So I would say bring a character that can kind of eliminate some of these characters, because the roster is so huge now, and it's just like, where do you start? And then forget about the characters. We also need to talk about other things as well. So let's talk about stages. The stages in Tekken 7 was lackluster. The stages they just didn't really feel like, wow, this is amazing. I'm happy that they done some day and night stages. I think that's pretty cool as well. But I do feel like there were some stages that they could take from, like, maybe look at Tekken 3. Tekken 3 had some amazing stages that you can bring into 3D and add some stuff into. Look at Tekken 4. I know you're not going to do the multi-surface type of stages, but they did still have good stages. And then, we also have Tekken 5. Tekken 5 had a lot of good stages. So I do feel like generally you can add some good stages into this Tekken 8. On top of it, DLC. Like, have better DLC packages. Even if you want to do microtransactions, do it. Make them have Tekken 1 costumes, maybe Tekken 2 costumes, Tekken 3 costumes. If this adds up to, support the game, so be it. That's how it goes sometimes. I know the core audience ain't going to be happy with it, but at the same time, it supports what they're doing. You can't, I'm going to put it this way. You can't run a restaurant and just be like, hey, we're only selling, I don't know, just this one thing. You need to sell multiple things to then bring in money, to then bring back into, making another shop here or another shop here. So it's kind of similar. We're talking about microtransactions in gaming. If they're only just doing one DLC pack and that's it, I don't know how they're gonna survive. This is in so many different games where they do like, you can buy this, you can buy that. You're not forced to buy these microtransactions. So it'll be like costumes. It might even be a different lighting on a stage, or, I don't know. But it would be good to have something there when it comes to like the DLC packages, because yeah, we can get characters and yeah, we can get a stage, and I understand it sounds good, but it just has to make sense now, because we went through quite a lot. I feel like Tekken 7 is still an amazing game, and I still love Tekken 7. I'm going to put it out there. I still feel like Tekken 7 is probably one of my most favorite games. It's the most stressful, but it's the most favorite game. And the reason why I say that is because when I was playing Tekken 6, there wasn't that many people around, and I feel like my whole role was always to make content to bring in new players, because there's not been much content when it comes to fighting game developers. And we're starting to see it now. You see DNF Jules doing it. You're seeing King of Fighters is doing it now. You're seeing Street Fighters doing it now. And obviously we got the Tekken World Tour now and stuff like that. But it still isn't that content where, you know, it can introduce new players to play the game, like, you know, guides or educational content. I'm just happy now that because I've been in from Tekken 5 DR, Tekken 6, Tekken Tag 2. And even those eras, we had players, but it was just literally small amount. But now, when I look at Tekken 7, there is so many people playing the game. There's so many people in the UK playing. We got a lot of people in Birmingham that playing, Manchester, London, Ireland. You know, if we talk about other countries as well, with France, Spain, Italy, you know, America, even in Kenya, there's players. Ivory Coast, there's so many players around, people that are streaming the game. There wasn't many people streaming in Tag 2. The only people that I remember streaming Tag 2 was probably me, Menace, and I think the main man was streaming, but not like serious. There wasn't many people streaming back then. You know, there's loads of streamers now. You know, you've got Ayo Richie, you've got, you know, Sensei Salam, you've got Bode, Black Kazama. So many people are streaming the game now. So it's good that we got all of these players coming into Tekken 7. Now we need to do the same thing with Tekken 8 and make sure Tekken 8 has a tutorial mode. This is starters. Tekken 8 needs to have a tutorial mode and make sure it has frame data. You've done frame data in Tekken 7 at a late period in Season 3 where we had to pay. And I knew it was going to happen. But it needs to be in the game for Tekken 8. That just needs to be in there. Cool. And then on top of it, lastly, story mode. Now, story mode, like for Tekken, hasn't always been the greatest. But I do feel like Tekken 3, Tekken 4, Tekken 5 had great stuff going on for it when it comes to, you know, character interactions and who's rivaling who and stuff like that. We're even talking about back to Tekken 1 and 2 as well. They had great kind of like interactions and stuff. In Tekken 7, there was no character endings. There was no character endings. Like, it was just, you fight this person, that's the person's your rival. Oh, there's a little sequence. Like, Josie's fighting a bear, Claudio's fighting Xiao Yu. Like, it just didn't make any sense. It was all over the place. Then you have the main story that was like, yes, there was Kazuya and Heihachi fighting against each other. This is so crazy. Like, there was no energy in the voice narrator. Like, there was no energy. There was nothing going on. You know, I just want to see a proper story. And even the characters having just interactions. You know, maybe Law doesn't like Lei. Lei doesn't like, I don't know. And don't make Lei fight Lucky Chloe and do all of this madness. And, you know, who's the other character as well? Jack and Lucky Chloe have interactions. Why? Like, come on, man. We gotta like do better. We gotta do better when it comes to that. So I do think there is a lot of stuff going on for Tekken. If Tekken 8 is coming, amazing. If it's Tekken Tag 3, amazing. I'll still be making content. That's why you lot are here for and watching. Remember to subscribe as well if you lot ain't subscribed. And yeah, like, I'll still be making content. I'll still be playing and stuff. And I'll still be updating you lot if there's any news or anything like that. But that's my wish list. I feel like for my wish list, I do feel like if there is a Tekken 8 out there that is in the works, stages, the characters, limit them down, better stages, microtransactions, better storyline, and make sure that there's tutorials and there is frame data. But I mean, if there's no tutorials, you make content creators' life easier. So it's entirely up to you. If you don't, I mean, it's cool. We'll still make the guides, and also the music have more variety. Like, we don't want to be hearing techno all the time. I'm not a person that discriminates when it comes to music, because I'll listen to rock, I'll listen to techno, rap, whatever. But I will say that there was a lot of techno dubstep, and there's a lot of wow 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 wow, and there was a lot of that stuff in Tekken 7. If you look at Tekken 3, I can go play Tekken 3 and I can still enjoy the music up until this day. Tekken 4, Tekken 5, Tekken 1, Tekken 2, they're all memorable. Tekken 6 had that issue. Tekken Tag 2 music wasn't that memorable. And then Tekken 7 is just like, yeah, wow, 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 wow. And you're just like, you imagine playing a long set and you're hearing that. Like, it could give you a headache. So yeah. Tekken 3 was techno too, just had a lot of hearts. Yeah, Tekken 3 had a bit of techno, which is cool, but some of the stages were very unique in terms of the sound. So I don't really put that in the same bracket. But other than that, that's my wish list. What is your wish list on Tekken 8? Let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, if we do get Tekken 8, you know what channel that's going to have the news. Other than that, take it easy, everyone. Peace.